Hi there, welcome to God Conscious Twin Flames 1111 and God Conscious Energy Coaching and Healing. I was inspired to bring a full moon reading to the collective, so that's what I'm doing. Today's reading with the Twin Flame community. They got the message to do a healing of the solar plexus chakra, and so I decided to use that for today's meditation while I prayed over, meditated, and laid out the spread. It had really come to me when I was praying to do a general full moon reading for July 2018. For the feminines, for the divine feminines, and it was validated by the Queen of Pentacles in your reading. And she is a peaceful, serene queen, and the overall energy is to enjoy your environment and to enjoy where you're at, whatever that looks like. So they want to encourage you, God and the angels want to encourage you to just enjoy where you're at in all your gloriousness, whether you're suffering through insecurities and doubts, or if you're really feeling in that power. If you're really feeling in that power, congratulations, that is just so wonderful. And I pray that you get to share that with those around you and those in this community by way of comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. So I want to thank you, all of my loyal subscribers and my new viewers, for allowing me into your life with these readings and with my God conscious approach to the tarot and to my life, and the opportunity to share that with you all. I'm not in the Florida zone yet where I say y'all, but they might get me there, who knows. I am a New Yorker through and through, and I don't know that that'll ever change. So the meditation that I was inspired to put on for us this morning was Unleash Power and Warrior Energy Within, a solar plexus chakra healing meditation music by Meditative Minds. It's for balancing and help increase the energy levels, the self-confidence, and your inner power, divine feminines. Whether you're in a twin flame or you're not, you're really a divine feminine. So I want to encourage that. And then I will read to you the daily that I do for the Twin Flame community from Sarah Young and Jesus Calling. This is good. This reading is good for the next 24 hours. So this is really a full moon energy per the divine. So it says, stay calmly conscious of me today. No matter what, remember that I go before you as well as with you into the day. Nothing takes me by surprise. I will not allow circumstances to overwhelm you so long as you look to me. I will help you cope with whatever the moment presents. Collaborating with me brings blessings that far outweigh all your troubles. Awareness of my presence contains joy that can endure all eventualities. I'm not going to read the Psalms from there today, or the scriptures from there, because that's on the other video, in case the Divine Feminines are watching this as well. But I will tell you it was Psalm 23, 1 through 4, which is David when he was going to fight Goliath. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. So, and then the other verse is 2 Corinthians 4, 16 and 17. But I was inspired while I was in the Corinthians, which is the letters of Paul the Apostle to the churches in Corinth. It came to me, just kind of leaped off the page. So now thanks be to God, who always leads us in triumph in Christ, and through us diffuses the fragrance of his knowledge in every place. For we are to God the fragrance of Christ among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing. I'm sorry, that's 2 Corinthians chapter 2, 14, I'm going to go through 17, that was 15. To the one who we are the aroma of death, leading to death, and to the other the aroma of life, leading to life. And who is sufficient for these things? For we are not, as so many peddling the word of God, but as of sincerity, but as from God, we speak in the sight of God in Christ. In Christ. You are our epistle written in our hearts, known and read by all men. That's chapter 3, verse 2. Clearly you are an epistle of Christ, ministered by us, written not with ink, but by the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of flesh, that is, of the heart. And we have such trust through Christ toward God. Now that we are sufficient of ourselves to think of anything as being from ourselves, but our sufficiency is from God, who also made us sufficient as ministers of the new covenant, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life. So for years I had believed that the tarot was wrong and that it was taboo and witches were killed. But the truth is, the messages are coming from the heart, and that by the heart God speaks. And I do this work by the heart because I want to encourage and edify and build people up, empower women in particular, those that are on the divine twin flame journey, but women at large, because we have been taught so many lies that really cause us to have a death of self. The death of self that wasn't supposed to be, meaning our spirit was kind of sucked out of us. And so I'm here as an instrument to kind of help build women up, to empower you, to encourage you, to walk with you through these issues of confidence, and then through the lies of doing this, that we always have to be doing something or we're not productive. We have to do more, we have to learn more, we have to be more. We want to let all that fall away. So that's what they're referring to, the one who we are, the aroma of death leading to death. Superficialities, shopaholism, addiction, alcoholism, drug addiction. Some of us are addicted to clothing and shoes and makeup and plastic surgery. And God created you perfectly as you are. And you need to know that from one divine feminine to another, that you are enough as you stand on this planet. And that you have all these gifts within you to realize such a great potential that you already are. And that by way of relationships, we might have gotten lost. And I'm here to encourage you back to life. That some of those relationships were self-serving, but sometimes by us, but more often than not, we got caught up, and then it was a weapon that wound up turning against us. So the full moon energy is really an opportunity to take a look at the depths of our minds and our hearts to see where we need to make these changes and tweaks in order to begin this edification process, this building up process. I always encourage that it's a relationship with God first, because God will show you, the truth of you, the love of you, the peace of you. Those are all your God-given gifts, the joy in which you bring to other people, to which you can reserve and send into yourself by way of meditation, by way of listening to these videos, by way of seeking energy healing, or wow, there's so many ways to get out of that bound of workaholism or any of those other isms that we are trapped in, but most importantly of not liking or loving ourselves. So with that, this reading is really, really, really powerful and encouraging, and I am excited to be a part of your journey to bring this to you. This was a reading that was specifically geared to the feminine. A masculine could conceivably see the feminine in him, and or maybe understand what the feminine really experiences on a regular basis. So this is for you, my sisters, my soul sisters. So in the Queen of Pentacles, the overall energy is that you have this opportunity to enjoy all of your surroundings peacefully and quietly from the depths of your heart and soul. You can enjoy the material pleasures without going overboard. You can enjoy sensuality and sexuality without feeling guilt. You can. Some of us are on the other side and don't enjoy making purchases for ourselves because that makes us feel selfish, or sometimes we're struggling with finances and trying to make ends meet, and we don't nurture ourselves by buying that blouse or that pair of shoes. So I'm dealing with a large number of people, so whoever is watching this, it's meant for you. So on both sides of the spectrum, some of us overindulge. I was guilty of all of the above. And then some of us are stingy with ourselves. This is an encouraging energy to say, you know what, start to enjoy. Put down the weight of the world that you've been carrying and just enjoy the fruits of your labor. Put down all of the worries of the family, of the work, of maybe a relationship, of your children, of your parents. Put it down for a little while and start to just enjoy. Take a breath. Start with an hour if you can't do a full day. But you must do something to really receive serenity, to replenish your well, to replenish your soul. The Queen of Pentacles is a mature and serene queen who is abundant, who knows how to give and receive in a balanced way. Most of us don't know how to do that yet, but we want to learn that. They're encouraging us to learn that. How do I give and receive in a balanced way? Some of us don't even know how to receive compliments without saying, oh, I look awful today, or oh gosh, today is like the worst day ever, or I feel fat, or I have this blemish. No, receive the compliment, because you don't see you the way God sees you. You are pure love, you are pure light, you are pure joy. You really are a gift to this world, and I'm here to share that with you. You are a gift. You don't see you the way the rest of the people see you, and I want to teach you that it's important that you learn to receive. It's not about your external beauty, it's your heart. It's your giving, it's your generosity of spirit, of time. Take that same generosity and return it to you so that you can start to learn how to receive abundantly. The validation here in the Emperor is that he is an authoritative and socially responsible energy. This is a major arcana, and he is here to represent exerting appropriate power rather than abdicating our powers. We do that quite frequently, where we abdicate our power to another authority, whether it be the government, to our work schedule, to our families. Your job is to not hand off your power, but retain it in a healthful way so that you can use it wisely and know when you're running yourself ragged, and pull yourself back and say, oh, okay, now I'm going to do some me time. Overall, though, they want you to enjoy the fruits of your spirit, of your immediate reality, the fruits of the spirit in your immediate reality. Sorry about that. All of the pleasures, your home, your car, enjoy those things that are given to you, that are abundant. Take a look and really reflect on where God is in everyday awareness in your life, and how He's reaching out to you in an abundant fashion as well to refill your well. Rather than retreat or feel guilty, they want you to enjoy. There's a lot of pleasure in this reading that our subconscious, with this full moon, wants us to think that we don't deserve, and you really do deserve it. So you are, your role in this is you're the agent of change. You're going to make those changes. People might fall away as a result of those changes that you're going to make. See how the man is flying out of the tower? People might revolt against you taking some me time. but doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. It means even more so that you should, because that means that you have maybe spoiled some people in your life in a way that wasn't healthful for them or for you. And we don't even look at that. How am I, is this really helpful, or am I enabling? Am I giving away too much? And if you're feeling drained, the answer is yes, you're giving away too much. And you're going to change all of that. This is a tower, so we have 2 major arcana in this. Actually, we have 3 in this. I'll get to that, but you are the agent of change in this situation, because you realize how important you are in the bigger scheme of things, and then you're going to let people know that I'm not going to abdicate my power to you anymore. I'm going to start to appreciate the things that I work so hard for. Maybe take the family to a water slide park or to the beach, or to just take yourself to the beach, or something really that you enjoy. And how much, I mean, it could be a spa day and really getting a good massage and allowing yourself to be pampered. That some of you definitely need that. Maybe it's taking a bath in your big tub. Maybe you have a jacuzzi tub that you haven't used in months. A salt bath with some candles around you and some aroma therapy. That's nurturing for your soul. And when you start to take that time back for you, you won't ever give it up. You will learn when you're starting to get out of balance, and before you get out of balance, you will make that change. You will be able to pull back in enough time before you do something you regret or say something you regret out of frustration. So, yeah, I mean, 2 9s in this. Allow yourself to tune into the angels, tune into your guides, tune into God, tune into the changes that are being offered to you. So here in this role, so one of the things that I want to caution, I don't do a whole lot of cautioning in my readings, but in this one I will. If you don't learn how to take care of you, you will be forced by way of an illness. It could be as simple as a cold or a flu. It could be more serious. So you want to learn to take that time so that you do not run yourself ragged and have some of the more serious issues that occur. You might wind up with irritable bowel syndrome, or migraine headaches, or backaches, or oh God forbid, the C word. Nurturing yourself is just as important before it gets to a level to which you would require medication, which might bring you down further than build you up. So I am a firm believer that our thoughts, our emotions, our stresses can make us ill. It causes stomach issues of all sorts, and some of those stomach issues can show up as indigestion or heartburn, or maybe it's an unhealthy diet, which is just causing anxiety and stress in your stomach. And anxiety and stress cause, again, other stomach indigestion issues. Excuse me, that you don't want that. You don't want them doing that for you. You want to be the one who does that. So, and it can be done. Reading on holistic approaches, reading up on what stress does to your body, learning what it does so that you can start to move away from that energy and get closer to the healing energy that you desperately need. So your unexpected here is the world. And the world is enlightenment. So some of you have already started taking these actions. It's a completion phase. So you've mastered certain parts of your beingness, and that you successfully completed a change in your life. Maybe you were the instrument that successfully completed the change. Maybe you ended a long-term relationship. Please know that this is what's coming for you. Awareness of the intricacies of your life and your role in it, and how valuable you are. Resting in the security of listening to your innermost self, resting in the security of listening to your intuition, your God-guidedness, so that you're making decisions that are life affirming for you. Maybe you did take that leap and go for the divorce. Maybe you went through the separation process. Maybe you left your job. Maybe you said no. Whatever it was, they're saying, yeah, it's empowering for you, and it's a new beginning on the relationships for you. So you want to really become aware of how powerful you are and how important you are. If you don't see it by the people around you, that's okay. We tend to take people around us for granted, and as women, we tend to allow that because we take ourselves for granted. We are like the Energizer Bunny. We keep going and going and going, and we really have to learn the art of relaxation, and it's a skill that must be built. It's a muscle that must be exercised. And then they're talking about as an outcome that you'll be celebrating, and it'll be, you know, a reason to celebrate based on your work and enjoyment of simple pleasures and enjoyment of people around you and camaraderie and really togetherness. So this full moon isn't bringing those dark and heavy energies. For many of you, it's bringing you to a level of conscious awareness that you are divinely gifted with the opportunity to enjoy an abundant life, and that you really are allowed to be confident and powerful in your own right, and that you do have these amazing, wondrous talents to give to the world, and we need you to continue to embrace you in that way, all of you. And I pray that you receive this message in the love and the power that is being sent by your angels and by God, that you are allowed to be this beautiful, powerful, convicted in the truth of who you are. And you practice that and affirm yourself and use affirmations on a regular basis on the truth of who you are from your core out to your outer being. It's not all about how beautiful you are on the outside. It's about how beautiful you are on the inside. And we are trained really to look at the outside with all these beautiful models and the magazines on the outside, and we're trained to you know, see ourselves as not beautiful, and that we really need to fix ourselves in some way with makeup or with plastic surgery or with, you know, a new diet. And I'm here to share with you that you are perfectly created as you are. And if you feel the need to change, you first talk to God about it and ask for his assistance, because those changes, that if they are needed, let's say you do need to lose weight because it's affecting your health, pray on it and ask God to show you the right path for you. I've done some research on food and my personal body, and this came after my daughter had a very long illness to which she overcame, where for her and her body type, she gave up meat. And I tried to do that because I don't like the slaughtering of animals, and Doreen Virtue talks about that a lot. If you follow her at all, I have all her cards, so it's worth mentioning. For her, she cannot eat meat either. She's a vegetarian. I think she's even possibly vegan. And for some of us, that's great. For me, I can't. I learned that I definitely need a full diet of both meat and fruits and vegetables. Although I have moved away from a lot of the dairy products that I was consuming, because I used to consume a lot of them. But even in the exercises of changing some of those things based on your body type, Google that and see for your blood type and your body type what is a good fit for you, and then try that for a week. My daughter lost a lot of weight after going through the taking the vegetarian route, and felt good about herself, felt more energetic. So take a look at that. For your personal journey, I'm encouraging that'll help you get to know you and what's making you thrive and what's not making you thrive. So I'm going to I just shuffled for the Kuan Yin deck for you, for the Divine Feminine. She is a Divine Feminine. A message from her, an affirmation and a prayer. And she wants me to choose. Okay. Immortal treasures is your message from Kuan Yin today. Immortal treasures. I think we had that card recently. That's a 14. 5, 4 and 1 is 5. 5 is transformations. Divinely guided transformations, which this is a very long one, so bear with me. Okay. You carry within you precious immortal treasures, beloved. They exist beyond life and death, belonging to the celestial, heavenly realms of the divine presence within you. Kuan Yin now guides you to honor these treasures, the gifts of your soul, which include the ability that you have to transmit healing. Honor yourself as a healer, beloved. Whether formally or informally, your soul brings a special healing light to humanity. You have divine support in your role as a healer in whatever way, usual or highly unusual, that this is unfolding for you now. Each soul is unique and precious in its own way. Certain souls have the light of healing. Yours is one such soul. Your presence on this planet brings light and hope to others, sometimes in ways that you don't consciously recognize. Kuan Yin is with you, guiding you to be open to perceiving and utilizing the immortal treasures that lay within you, the beautiful light and gifts of your own divine soul. Just remember to take care of yourself too. An empty cup cannot fill another. It is better to allow your inner cup to be spiritually filled and emotionally and physically replenished through balanced self-care. A bit of indulgence balanced with loving discipline and boundaries that make you feel safe and secure within. To find the right way to care for yourself, explore what might work for you. They're repeating everything I just said to you, divine women out there and divine feminine energies. Everything that they just shared, they just kind of said, okay, here, finalize this. Oh, I got the chills. Okay. So to find the right way to care for yourself, explore what might work for you. It might be yoga and meditation, a little sacred time each day to sit with a crystal or talk from your heart with your guidance, a health retreat, time in nature, a good book, and some time laughing or playing with loved ones. Your healing ability will find new levels of power and strength through exploration of self-care. The immortal treasures of the soul are to be shared with loving respect of your own self as well as for others. This oracle can also indicate that it is helpful for you to explore healing of an issue that you have been dealing with and is yet to be resolved. If you have been contemplating visiting a healer or taking a break from a stressful situation, this card supports you in doing so. You might simply need a chance to replenish, and withdraw for a short time may help you meet this need. You may also benefit, if you feel so inclined, from a healing with another. Trust your intuition. If you feel so inclined from a healing with another, trust your intuition and allow yourself to honor your own special light and the need that you might have for receiving healing just for you at this time too. Kuan Yin will help you find your way. The process below will support you in receiving her help. Immortal Treasures Healing. Sit or lie in a peaceful place, preferably with soft music playing and your phone switched off, making sure you are warm enough, and then close your eyes. Quietly say, I give thanks for this healing on all levels of my being through the unconditional love of Kuan Yin. Thank you, beloved. Om Mani Padme Hum. Focus on your breath, flowing, and then see, sense, feel, or intend that you are being bathed in an ocean of emerald green light. The ocean of light then becomes royal blue and then rich purple. When you feel ready, the ocean of light finally becomes gold, surrounding you in a spiral patterns of lush golden energy. Within the spiral of light, you become aware of a collection of most magnificent treasures, beautiful and gleaming, radiant with beauty. You realize that those treasures are made of pure light and consciousness, dancing into form. Feel the joy in your hearts as you perceive the aliveness of those treasures, glowing with beautiful divine fire within. Know that these treasures are expressions for your own soul and its immortal treasures lying within. When you are ready, give thanks and open your eyes. Prayer of the Immortal Treasures. Beloved Kuan Yin, may I feel the compassion that you have for me within the depths of my own being. May I have compassion for myself in the same way I do for others. May I accept and meet my needs for wellness and fulfillment. May I receive healing with grace and gratitude. I open now to fully receive, activate, and shine forth the immortal treasures in my own divine soul. Help me, beloved Mother, to do this with love, trust, and grace. Om Mani Padme Hum. Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being a divine being of light on the path. If you would like an energy healing, I do distance Reiki healings. I welcome you to visit my YouTube channel. My website rather at www.godconscious1111.org, where you can reserve a Reiki healing session. If you do not have any Reiki healers in your immediate awareness, please schedule a session. You can do either a half-hour session or a full-hour session to help clear the energy blocks that you may have. The angels will show me when I set up the table and I envision you on it. They show me exactly where you need the most healing, and then they help me guide me to cut cords and clear the energy field for you and with you. You can also book a personal reading at that website, www.godconscious1111.org, and there's a multitude of options there depending on how you are called to be guided, whether it's a 30-minute or a 60-minute reading. I would be happy to assist you on your journey. There is also spiritual coaching, which is guidance. That is, I do them with readings, particularly your first session, because they'll show me where your potential weaknesses are, and they will give us the antidote and the tools to bring balance back into your awareness, your consciousness, and then ultimately into your body. And that also will be very healing. If you are borderline on any illnesses, I encourage you to reach out so that those can get cleared. If you're inspired or called to donate to this channel, please feel free. The link is below. I will be trying to integrate both the God Conscious Twin Flame 1111 with the God Conscious coaching, energy coaching and healing, which came to pass because I can't do the live videos on the first channel that was created. And also I was inspired to bring more people into the God Consciousness, talk about the Tarot a little bit further and why it is an important tool being used to guide people back to God and the angels for their assistance and ascension process. The truth is love. The truth is they want you to stay in the truth, which a lot of us are buried under. Sometimes I don't like to use negative words, but energy vampires, people that are draining us for their own purposes. And it isn't good for them and it isn't good for us, and we really want to wake up to how we're being how we're being robbed of our energy. Sometimes we take the position of victim, but the reality is we allowed it, and so we want to kind of transmute that in a loving way. Doesn't mean all relationships have to go. It means that the way we work within them have to go. That's the tower energy. The way that we work within the confines of relationships have to change. And in some cases, yes, you will be guided from there whether or not you're supposed to. I don't give you the guidance on whether or not you're supposed to leave a relationship. That's not how God uses me. He uses me to strengthen you so that you can make a decision that is intuitively guided, and validate what you're already feeling in a way that is nurturing and empowering and uplifting and edifying. And those are all the ways in which God uses me in this world, in this time and place. So thank you so much for watching. Until the next reading, sending you blessings for love and light, peace and harmony, and for self-care.